I honestly hope you are all having an amazing day right now, like a genuinely beautiful day.
A reasonably calm one, ideally. But knowing this audience, probably not.
No, exactly, because I need to tell you all right now, and I need you to really hear this. You are beautiful. Like, babes, you are so beautiful inside and out.
It's true. We do have the most aesthetically pleasing listeners. It's just a statistical fact at this point.
It is. And remember, you have always got your fiercely loyal, highly opinionated besties right here. Because, babes, you are our people. You are the Snark squad, and we are just so obsessed with you.
Completely obsessed. I
Yeah.
mean, we are your deeply invested, overly analytical sounding boards.
Yeah.
We're here to support your wildest ambitions and rigorously audit your reality TV crushes.
Yes. Mostly support, though. I am bringing the vibes, and you are bringing that signature, slightly shady analytical backup.
Someone has to ground the bubbly, chaotic energy. It's a tough job, but I'm here for it.
Well, we honestly hope that a connection as just like beautifully chaotic as the ones we are seeing in the villa finds you today.
Wait, really? You want that for them?
I mean, not the toxic parts, but like, babes, we don't want a stable, calm, boring Wednesday for you. Absolutely not. We want drama, but like fun drama.
Oh, I see. Aesthetic chaos.
Exactly, the kind where you just look stunning while everything around you is slightly on fire.
I mean, speak for yourself. I would very much prefer a stable Wednesday with zero emotional brush fires. But I get the vision.
Because honestly, this afternoon we had a major moment, like a real shift in the universe. We went back to our bachata dance class after a bit of a hiatus.
A very long hiatus, let's be honest.
Okay, yes, it's been a minute, but babes, we are low-key getting better. Like, we are actually feeling the rhythm.
Okay, hold on. Let's inject a tiny bit of realism here. Getting better is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence.
Hey, I didn't trip this time.
True. For the sake of fairness, I will admit that empirical progress is happening. We are no longer a severe hazard to the other innocent people in the studio.
I'm just feeling so much more confident. Like, yes, am I still completely messing up the footwork on the turns? Obviously. But I am committing to the bit.
The commitment is definitely there.
The vibes, the music, the energy in that room. I was living. There was literally this one moment where I was just whispering the counts out loud to myself, like 1, 2, 3, tap.
Oh, I heard you. Everyone heard you.
Stop. I was trying to look sexy, and I was like laughing mid-dance because I knew I was failing slightly, but I was failing with so much enthusiasm.
You know, the enthusiasm is a force of nature. The rhythm arrives a bit late to the party sometimes, but your sheer dedication to executing a body roll, even when it looks like a mild spinal spasm, is commendable.
I am going to ignore the spinal spasm comment because the instructor literally said I had good isolation. Let me have this.
I respect the hustle. I really do.
Thank you. Anyway, we were walking home having this whole empowering moment, and we decided something. Come May, we are becoming fitness bags.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
We are. We are officially entering our wellness era.
Now, as the resident analyst here, I need to clarify this immediately for the Snark squad. This new era does not mean we are lifting like heavy cast iron weights.
Oh, absolutely not. No.
Right. We're not tracking our macros or drinking those chalky protein shakes. This is not about building massive muscle mass.
Perish the thought. No, it means we are becoming tan baddies. Like that soft, glowy, effortless, I just woke up like this vibe. One step closer to securing sugar daddies, babes. That is the ultimate goal here. I can literally see it. Us on a yacht in the Mediterranean.
I do have to question the logistics of this fantasy.
Why, it's a great fantasy.
From a purely project management perspective, how do we transition from mildly confused at beginner bachata to yacht-hopping Mediterranean baddie in 3 months? The math is aggressive.
You just have to manifest it.
But you know what? I'm completely playing along. Put me on the yacht. But what is the actual workout strategy here? What are we doing?
Pilates, obviously. Because, babes, we are officially on the Pilates train, and it has been amazing.
It is an incredibly deceptive environment, I'll give you that.
Right. You feel like a swan, but you're shaking like a leaf.
You walk in, it looks like a high-end spa. Minimalist wooden machines, soft lighting, eucalyptus in the air.
It's so zen.
Very zen. And then 50 minutes later, you are discovering micro-muscles in your core that you didn't know existed, and they are screaming for mercy.
The delayed muscle soreness is so real. I was complaining the whole walk home. But then, you know, you catch a glimpse of yourself in the studio mirror.
Oh, the mirror checks.
You adjust your matching set, and you're like, wait, am I toned? You're just lying on the reformer, pretending you know what the leather straps do, just hoping for the best.
To supplement the reformer torture, we should probably add some hot girl walks, just for Accessible cardiovascular activity.
Yes. Mandatory hot girl walks
Yeah.
with massive iced coffees, obviously. Or maybe random gym attempts where we just walk on the treadmill at an incline for 10 minutes, take a selfie, and leave.
That sounds highly realistic.
Oh.
Or we sign up for one of those high-intensity boot camps in a moment of sheer delusion.
And barely survive the warm-up, just lying on the mat staring at the ceiling.
The line between realistic fitness goals and absolute delusion is very thin for us right now.
It's all about growth, babes. But speaking of people who desperately need growth, let's transition into today's mission.
Yes. Let's pivot to the wreckage.
We are stepping out of our own flirty real-life connections, and we are diving headfirst into the absolute chaos of the villa. I am caffeinated, I am confident, and I am so ready for this recap.
We have a staggering amount of psychological debris to unpack. We're looking at episode 47, flawlessly titled Slaps, Lies, and Truth.
Flawless title, no notes.
And I can assure you, the entire cast has completely lost their collective minds. The social contract of the villa is just shredded.
It is pure, unadulterated madness. From the power chart shakeups to that absolutely brutal truth or fair task with Yurvi. I mean, the masks are off.
The white powder slaps were echoing through my living room.
Same. The lies are exposed, alliances are crumbling. So our goal today is to tear apart the confessionals, cross-examine the pairings, the betrayals, and all those moments that made us violently side-eye the screen. We are holding nothing back.
We are pulling back the romantic veneer to expose the strategic underbelly. So let's start with the foundational question of this entire season.
Are these people actually falling for each other, or are they just securing the bag and trying to win?
It is the eternal reality TV question. But this season, the line isn't just blurred, it's completely erased. Let's look at the Gauresh, Akanksha, and Jhalak triangle of doom.
Oh my god, my heart rate is spiking just thinking about this dome session. Okay, let's set the stage for the Snark squad.
Please do. The mechanics are crucial here.
Right, so in this game, becoming an ideal match is everything. It's not just like, oh, we're so cute together. It is the holy grail. It gives you blanket immunity from elimination, and you get the power to dump other people.
Is a tactical nuclear submarine.
Exactly. You use it to obliterate your enemies. So Gauresh and Akanksha are sitting pretty. They have the ideal match status. But then Gauresh makes this shocking switch at the dome.
Right before a crucial elimination.
Yes. He basically dumps Akanksha in front of everyone to go back to his day one Jhalak. And his excuse. He claims he is choosing Dill his heart over the game. He wants to be spiritual about love.
Which is just deeply cynical.
But in doing that, he strips Akanksha of her immunity. She loses the ideal match status and her safety net in 1 second.
It's fascinating game theory. Let's clock Gauresh's actual gameplay here, because I do not buy the spiritual love narrative for one fraction of a second.
Not a single second. He was spiraling.
Precisely. This was panic-induced image rehabilitation.
Yes.
Gauresh realized the audience and the heavy hitters in the villa were turning on him. He hadn't contributed in tasks. He was floating on Akanksha's coattail.
He was invisible.
So he executes this pivot. He uses the following my heart excuse to insulate himself from criticism. He frames himself as the romantic martyr giving up power for true love, when really he's just dodging the villain edit.
It is so transparent, babes. Gauresh treats Akanksha like a free trial subscription to a streaming service.
That is the perfect analogy.
He uses all the premium features, the immunity, the power to assert dominance. He rides that wave to the top of the social hierarchy, and then he clicks cancel right before he has to commit.
He maximized his return on investment and then abruptly divested the exact moment it became socially costly. He extracted her value and discarded the asset.
The hypocrisy was so thick in that room. Akanksha is sobbing, right? Visceral tears, saying she feels used like a football.
It was a very public humiliation.
She said he just tosses her around when he needs a human shield, and the moment he's safe, he drops her. And my heart was breaking for her, especially because earlier Yogesh, her former connection, confessed he still has feelings for his ex, Ruru.
So she's completely isolated.
Yes, she is getting battered from all sides.
She was in a highly vulnerable position. But, and we have to zoom out here, Akanksha was playing the exact same Machiavellian game.
Okay, yes. The Kyra expose.
It was a lethal injection of truth. While Akanksha is crying and playing the victim, Kyra stands up and shatters that illusion. Kyra points out that Akanksha was plotting in the shadows to use Gauresh's power to dump Ruru, clear the path, and get back with Yogesh.
I literally gasped. I had to pause my TV.
She essentially admitted it in private. So Gauresh used her for social rehab, but she was actively planning to use him for firepower.
I hear you. They were both playing 4D chess and knocked over their own kings, but it just felt so cruel in the execution.
The optics were terrible.
Gauresh is projecting this calm, spiritual energy while Akanksha is stripped of her armor. Even Sunny Leone had to step in. Sunny looks at him and says, "You are rendering her defenseless."
And Gauresh just shrugs.
He literally says, "Sorry, gotta go with Jhalak." And poor Jhalak, she's just standing there like, why am I the grand prize in this toxic tug of war?
It shows how the concept of the ideal match is subverted. It's no longer about compatibility, it's a utilitarian vehicle for survival. An arms race.
An arms race of the heart. Wow. And speaking of toxic dynamics, we have to talk about Gulu and Kyra, because my emotional stability cannot handle watching Kyra do this to herself anymore.
It culminated during the Truth Table trials, which was highly revealing. Gulu provided a masterclass in evasive reality TV rhetoric.
Okay, for anyone who needs a refresher on this torture device, Odorfi sits at the head of a table and asks a deeply personal question. The contestant answers. Then the jury, the rest of the villa, votes yes or no on their paddle boards to say if they are telling the truth.
And if the jury disagrees,
you get a massive handful of white powder slapped directly into your face. It is brilliant television, but the questions were brutal.
Urfi zeroes in on Gulu. She asks point blank if his Baichara, his boys' alliance, is more important than his connection with Kyra.
And he knows he's on national TV.
He knows Kyra is sitting right there.
Yeah.
And he flat out admits it. He says, yes, his friends are more important.
I wanted to throw my remote through the screen. I am in mourning for Kyra's self-esteem. She is lowering her standards for literal dust.
Not even crumbs.
She defends him by saying, well, he told me he does more for me than any other girl. What kind of subterranean bar is that? I treat you slightly better than women. I don't know, bare minimum.
It's actively excavating the Earth's core. But look at his psychology here. He utilizes intermittent reinforcement, breadcrumbing.
Yep.
He tells her just enough in private to keep her fiercely loyal. When you came here, I was only yours. But publicly, when asked to prioritize her over his boys, he completely folds. His true currency is the respect of the other men.
And what genuinely makes me want to shake her is Orphe's question to Kyra right after. Orphe asks, would you purposefully lose a challenge to let Gulu win?
And without hesitation.
She says yes, and the jury overwhelmingly agrees. The whole villa knows she would throw her game away for a guy who just said his bros come first. She gave him all her split coins earlier so he could feel powerful.
It highlights a systemic theme. We are watching two different shows. The women are playing a romantic dating show. The men are playing Survivor. They operate on voting blocks and social capital within their gendered in-group.
It is sickening.
Gulu knows Kyra won't lead because she's invested too much. Sunk cost fallacy. So he expends zero energy maintaining their bond and redirect all his strategy to the Baichara.
I just want to sit her down with a coffee and say, babe, you have agency. You don't need to be a subservient second choice.
It's difficult to watch. But speaking of massive imbalances, let's look at the Anushka and Mohit puppet show. A pitch-black comedy.
Oh my God, the Truth Table ripped the roof off this. Yeah. Orphe asks Mohit, do you think you are Anushka's puppet? And Mohit looks so offended.
Blissfully unaware.
He says no. He insists they have heated arguments. He's a free-thinking man.
And the jury. Swift, brutal, and unanimous. Every paddle flips to yes. He is unequivocally a puppet. And he gets slapped with powder.
The best part, though, Anushka proudly owns it in her VDs. She declares herself the evil queen. She tells the camera, I run the strategy, Mohit is an introvert, I make all the calls.
She revels in micromanaging him. He's an unpaid intern. But we have to analyze her overarching narrative. She spins this tale that she's a lone wolf playing against the whole villa.
Which is totally fake.
Completely manufactured. She flips alliances and makes backroom deals, but wants the underdog edit. However, her hold on Mohit is 100% real. When Orphe asks if Mohit understands the game, Anushka votes no right in front of him.
She threw him under the bus to avoid getting slapped herself.
And he just accepted it.
I celebrate her chaotic confidence. Just be like, yes, I manipulate my partner. Next question. But I pity Mohit. He got slapped because he delusionally believes he's making independent choices.
He thinks he's the architect, but he's just the drywall.
Just the drywall. Okay, we need to zoom out and do an energy shift check. Who is ascending to their main character moment and who is waving massive red flags?
Rising rapidly to the absolute peak, Niharika.
The ultimate baddie. Niharika is giving us everything. She is the antidote to the Kyra syndrome.
Her gameplay here was a strategic masterstroke, cold, calculating, and brilliant. The Reddit streets are obsessed with her.
There was that massive post, right? I love Niharika because she doesn't behave like a doormat for her spineless man. Thousands of upvotes.
She is systematically burning down the boys' club. Let's break down her move. Saurabh was pleading with her to save his bestie Yogesh.
And instead of bowing to pressure, she saved her own friend, Asmita. She secured her own game.
Game theory dictates this was her only move. Saving Yogesh provides zero yield for her. It actively hurts her by empowering Saurabh's independence. By saving Asmita, she maintains a loyal number on the women's side against the male voting bloc.
A strategic genius. And she kept Saurabh entirely in the dark. Because she knew if she told him, he'd throw a fit and rally the boys to ruin it. So she let him think they were voting his way, and bam, flipped the script in the dome.
It was necessary for survival. But the fallout brings us to the entity losing the plot, the Pyaar, the boys' alliance.
Ugh, my blood pressure. Reddit is calling them the worst bunch of boys in history. Spineless man-children. And I cannot find the lie.
There is no lie. The systemic issue is profound homosocial behavior. They seek validation exclusively from other men and view women as accessories for their hierarchy.
I am going off on Saurabh right now, this supposed nice guy. He threw a full foot-stomping temper tantrum because Niharika didn't save Yogesh, conveniently forgetting how she has carried him.
She gave him maximum split coins to sit on the throne. She physically won challenges for him. She sacrificed coins for his friends.
She funded his entire existence in this game, and the one time she exerts agency, he loses his mind. He expects unquestioning submission. But Niharika, she looked him dead in the eye and said, if you aren't going to support me, don't speak.
Rhetorically neutralized him.
Chills. I am putting that on a t-shirt.
But Saurabh isn't an anomaly. Look at Ten and Sadaf. Sadaf literally stated she feels invisible because Ten makes unilateral decisions.
And Ten says, I'm just used to being the man of the house. Sir, you are on a dating show in a rented villa. You are sharing a bathroom with 12 people.
Weaponized incompetence. And Deep Tanshu admits with a smirk that he passively ignores Sandy. She manages the emotional health of the relationship while he just absorbs her energy.
The boys think they are in a gritty mob movie where loyalty to the family is everything. They treat the women like mob wives who should just look pretty. Meanwhile, the girls think they are on a romantic dating show. The genres are violently clashing.
A genre clash fueled by the villa's economy. The power chart financial crisis is dictating everything.
The wealth disparity is wild. Ten is hoarding 69,100 coins. Rue has 75,000. But Susan...
We witness the brutal deflation of a reality TV bank account.
She dropped 90,000 coins in an afternoon. She is furious, complaining that 2 people are succeeding at her expense.
A hyper-capitalist structure strips away the polite veneer of romance. Gauresh isn't listening to his heart. He's looking at the leaderboard. Split coins are a truth serum. You can say you love someone, but if you drain their account to save your frat brother, your bank statement tells the truth.
Exactly. Money talks, split coins scream. Watching them fumble their power is exhausting. Which brings us to my favorite segment. If we ran the villa.
Time to step into the control room. How do we systematically fix this mess?
First order of business. We completely revamp the truth table trials. Now, I love watching arrogant reality stars get slapped with powder. It heals me. But the mechanics are broken.
Structurally flawed. Why?
The jury is entirely biased. They aren't voting on objective truth. They are voting on partisan politics and personal vendettas.
A popularity contest masquerading as a polygraph.
Yeah.
Harsh conformity experiment televised.
Yes. Look at Kyra. She got slapped for saying she thinks she and Gulu will stay together outside the show. The jury voted no because they don't believe it. But that's not a lie. That's just a difference of opinion on the future.
And Nihiria's turn was absurd gaslighting.
She got slapped 3 times. Orfi asked if Saurabh takes a stand for her. Niharika, who is literally in the relationship, said no. And the jury, stacked with Saurabh's buddies, insisted yes. She got punished for telling the truth about her own life.
Gaslighting enforced by democratic vote. So how do we engineer a better system?
We make the slaps fiercely personal. Instead of a random jury member slapping them, the connection does it. If Gulu says his Pyaar is more important, hand Kara the bowl of powder and let her deliver it directly to his face. The cinematic payoff.
Interpersonal vengeance, great television. But to truly break them, we target their assets. We remove the jury. Hook them up to actual lie detector technology.
Oh my God.
Every time the machine detects a lie, your bank account drains. You say you play for love, but it's a lie. Minus 10,000 coins. Watch how fast they tell the truth.
Anushka would be bankrupt in 5 minutes. Wait, I have another pitch. Visible heart rate monitors. Projected on a giant LED screen. If Gauresh says he chooses a Jhalak for spiritual love and his heart rate stays at a sociopathic resting 60 beats per minute, he loses his luxury bed and sleeps outside on the damp patio furniture.
Biometric humiliation. I approve. Now, how do we definitively break the boy band? The bichara is paralyzing the game.
The mob is too powerful. What's your pitch?
Forced cannibalization. They feel safe because they have numbers against outside threats. You have to remove external targets. An unannounced twist. A brutal elimination challenge, where the bottom four are Saurabh, Gulu, Gauresh, and Yogesh.
Put them in a cage together.
Exactly. They cannot vote for a girl.
Yeah.
They cannot target a rival. They must fight exclusively against each other for one single spot. Prisoner's dilemma.
So dark, but so necessary.
Watch how quickly Bichara evaporates when Saurabh has to step on Yogesh's neck to stay on TV. Their loyalty only exists because it's convenient. Force them to play solo chords.
I would pay premium cable prices for that episode. Just seeing the panic in their eyes. Incredible producing. Which perfectly brings us to Snark Squad Chaos predictions. Let's gaze into our crystal ball.
The wilder the speculation, the better. Prediction 1. The long-distance delusion. Where do Gulu and Kyra end up?
Oh, this is written in the stars. They will leave as a couple, fake a curated relationship for exactly 2 months for Instagram engagement, matching airport outfits, sponsored wellness retreats, and then...
The inevitable market correction.
Yes. On a random Tuesday, Kyra drops a 45-minute YouTube video titled The Truth About Us. Wearing an oversized gray hoodie, completely makeup-free, she will expose that he never visited her, ignored her texts to hang out with his boys, and prove the truth table jury was 100% correct.
Textbook life cycle of a showman's built on uneven affection. Kyra just needs physical distance and a ring light to see it. That video will generate massive ad revenue, though.
We love a monetized heartbreak. Okay, prediction 2. The villain era ascension. What happens to Mohit and Anushka?
My firm prediction is they actually outlast almost everyone.
No way. The whole villa hates them.
Which is exactly why they survive.
Yeah.
Mutual toxicity and shared persecution binds people like industrial superglue. And us versus the world trauma bond. Anushka is Machiavellian enough to manipulate swing votes, and Mohit is too compliant to blow up her plans. They will fail upwards to the Snally.
I reject this timeline. Here is what is actually going to happen. Mohit is a pressure cooker with a faulty valve. He's taking the slaps, letting her call him a puppet. But eventually, his ego takes over.
You think the puppet cuts his own strings?
Absolutely. In the semifinals, during a crucial vote, he is going to snap. He'll get a rush of independent thought and flip on Anushka at the worst possible moment. He will write her name down, dump her, and just stand there bewildered while she screams at him. It will be glorious.
Spectacular mutual destruction. We will see whose model is more accurate. Let's move to prediction 3. Niharika goes solo.
The main event. Niharika is going to officially drop Saurabh. She will realize he is strategic deadweight and bad vibes, cut him loose, and manipulate the entire remaining cast. She'll pit the boys' fragile egos against each other, rally the girls, and win the money for herself. Main character, summer loading.
A compelling vision. She unequivocally possesses the highest strategic intelligence quotient. However, my warning lights are flashing.
Sure, she's smarter than all of them.
That is precisely the danger. Her overt intelligence threatens their core identity. The men are deeply insecure. If she goes solo and visibly outsmarts them, they won't respect it. They will resent it. My fear is the boys will temporarily suspend their rivalries and gang up to eliminate her simply because a woman beating them is an unacceptable narrative for their mob movie fantasy.
Ugh, that is so bleak. But you were right. It is highly realistic for this toxic group. If they take her out because their egos are bruised, the Reddit streets will legitimately riot.
And we will lead the charge. But until then, we keep watching the footage and preparing our Pilates-toned bodies for the chaos.
Truly. Which means it is time to wrap this up. A massive thank you to the Snark Squad for hanging out, getting messy, and spiraling with us.
If you enjoyed this exhaustive plunge, please share this show with your reality TV-obsessed friend, the one who sends you 10-minute voice notes at 2 a.m., and leave us a rating and a review. It helps keep the snark flowing.
Yes. Share the delusion. Like, babes, we started this afternoon as supportive besties trying to survive a bachata class and ended up planning our fitness glow-up while spiraling over a reality TV economy. That is growth.
A profound journey. But before you go, we want to leave you with one final thought to mull over on your hot girl walk.
Think about this. If the producers intentionally cast a house full of guys who value their bros over the women they are supposed to date, Are they just accurately reflecting modern dating culture? Or are they actively trying to make us lose our minds for ratings? Let that marinate.
A terrifying sociological question. Until next time.
Stay glowing, stay chaotic, and we will see you on the Snark side.